Remember the other day when I was saying there's no freaking way the Jets are going to trade Davante Adams, and I was contemplating saying I'd shave my head if it happened, like I'd eat a shoe if it happened, and I didn't have the guts to do it. Boy, in hindsight, I wish I had, because they've cut him.
Yeah.
Now, to their credit, they cut him a week early, so he gets a little head start on the open market. And some would say, well, wait, what about the compensatory draft picks? There's no compensatory draft picks when you cut a guy. That's the key. You're going to cut him anyway before the start of the league year. Cut him now. Give him a chance to see what else is out there. So no, and like I saw a lot of I told you so's yesterday on social media.
About what?
About they were gonna hey, I reported the other day that they're gonna cut Davante Adams. Whatever. It's like he was always gonna get cut. He was always gonna get cut. This contract was not going to continue at $35.64 million. This was the phony baloney bullcrap back end to pump the average to $28 million a year. The best case scenario for him and a team who wanted to stay together, whether it was the Raiders or the Jets, would have been, okay, we got to do something here. We got to completely redo the contract. And he would have had leverage because he could just say, no, we don't. I'll take $35.64 million. I'm not redoing anything. You don't want to pay me that? Cut me. The thing was engineered to be a release after 3 years. We said it 3 years ago. From the moment you look at the contract, it's obvious, not just they have an out after 3 years, they're getting out after 3 years. They're getting out after 3 years. Tyreek Hill's had the same thing until they redid his contract last year to wipe out, or at least delay the phony baloney, no way in hell are they going to do that year of the contract. So this was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. And it happened. And they saved $29.8 million in cap space. They gave up a third-round pick for, would they get 8 games out of Davante Adams?
Somewhere in that range, right.
It was the desperation move.
Yes.
Led by Woody Johnson, I believe. I think he got very involved last year. 11 games. I think Woody Johnson got very involved last year. But 11 games with Davante Adams for a third-round pick. In hindsight,
negative.
I'm sure they'd rather have their third-round pick.
Yeah, exactly right. They would. And again, I mean, you're saying it right. We've been talking about this enough. We're not surprised. Of course not. Of course they weren't going to keep him. Well, that price tag for what you're going to get from Davante Adams at this point of his career, that doesn't make sense. That price tag is for the top tier, the cream of the crop in the NFL right now. So, yes, they got to move on. And then also the Jets, too. They're trying to start a new era. They don't want a lot of old luggage personalities and a guy maybe like Davante Adams telling some of the young guys how things were in some locker room, and it's different than how Aaron Glenn's doing that. Aaron Glenn's trying to start his new culture here. Let alone, I would think he's, one, trying to empower some of the young nucleus of his football team to be leaders and take over the team. Number two, they got, of course, some big contracts coming down the pipe here, and they got to pay the Pied Piper, as someone smartly said the other day, right? I mean, Sauce Gardner is going to be highest paid corner in football, or top 2 or 3, whatever. Garrett Wilson, that's going to be due here at some point. And you want him to start taking over and being the main focal point of the offense, and they're going to have to pay him. So, yeah, not surprised by this. Davante Adams, did he really even want to be here anyways? That would be the other thing. I would think, like we talked yesterday, he wants to go to a contender and have a chance to go win a Super Bowl or be in a Super Bowl. So I think ultimately it made sense for both sides.
He wanted to get out of the Raiders. It was obvious for a long time he wanted to get out of the Raiders. If you watched the Receiver show on Netflix, that made it abundantly clear. He was exasperated with the Raiders.
Rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, really, at how he acted in that. Yeah.
And remember, our theory was that Antonio Pierce, who ended up coaching the team for one full season after being the interim coach in 23, I think Pierce convinced him, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. And if it doesn't work to your satisfaction, we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
And it became obvious early in the year it wasn't going to work.
They didn't get the quarterback. That was the first part of it.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, he didn't want to stay. He's not part of the solution with the Jets. They need to focus on Garrett Wilson. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.